Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and people. Welcome to episode 3 of MNW In A Nutshell, which with the Warzone series is episode 2 of Warzone In A Nutshell for the shows on Saturday afternoon. This one is dated the 28th of August 2021 Pacific Standard Time. Your host for MNW In A Nutshell, the MNW statistician and bookkeeper, Carla Bader from Melbourne, Australia. Without further ado, let's get into Warzone's sequence of events for the 28th of August 2021. So first of all, we have our first audio promo from newly revealed cave woman Uzra, who was a subject previously at the Wax Museum. So with the examination of the subject, they are firstly sobbing and muttering gibberish. Then they got all the wax that was on their skin, they got it off, and they have regained their full identity and memory. Uzra fights verbally with the museum curator, supposedly, Mr. Oddly, and she declines his insistence that Unga Bunga is simply to be a museum display and nothing else. Uzra says that she is more than just a museum display. She has learned who she is, and that she's learned friendship, she's learned betrayal, and most importantly, she's learnt what life is. And then all of a sudden, Uzra's had enough. She's escaped the museum, and she's welcome on MNW Warzone. So that transitions into our first in-ring promo of the night, which is by Warzone's own general manager, Jerry Aldini, who in this promo aims to reveal some of the card for the night. The main event will be a title defense match, a Big Oof title defense. Bartender, the champion, will be defending his title against Sharkman Caradon. And then there will be 2 more matches in the tag team tournament. The Sentinels will be facing off against Meme, and Shoot Nation will be facing off against the Conquest Bloodline. And as a reminder, the winner of that tournament will get to face the team of the Revenant and Gorewheel, the Toxic Wastelanders, who are the current tag team champions, when they return from Disney World. And then there is also the introduction of another tournament, a smaller 8-man singles tournament. And they will be competing in an opportunity to, face Uncle Dunk and win his Nexus Championship title. Can Uncle Dunk get home on time to defend his championship when the tournament is over? And then we have our first match of the night, the staple 8-man showcase match. Once again, eliminations, falls count anywhere, other stipulations. 7 pinfalls or submissions to get your winner. So in order of ranks, firstly we have our HR person in the vents, registered Anon. He got rank 8. We have our Nakama Worldwide protege, who's been working with Trashman Redacted and Bart Ender. So the protege Power Surge has gotten rank 7. Ignacio Cervantes, the social outcast Lucha, has gotten rank 6. Chasley of the Murder Cave has achieved rank 5. Strongman Bell, member of the Bell Bros and the faction The Three Kings, he's come at rank 4. And then for a little while, actually a long while for this showcase match, we had a 3-way dance-off. So in 3rd place came Forrest the Fortress Wade, the tank of the absolute units. And then 2nd place, the Doctor of Albinomics from VIP. And then for the 2nd show in a row, our female winner, but this time Kalu of Omega Club got the win for rank 1 as a pinfall. And then we have our second audio promo of the afternoon from our social outcast Ignacio Cervantes. In this promo, Ignacio states that the Go Colour a Dinosaur statement from last week was towards only Omega Club and not everybody else on the roster, because apparently that's what created outrage. And then Ignacio was inspired by Sir Uncle Dunk. He did a little bit of storytelling and says that he will do great in his next matches. Okay, so apparently in my notes I've got the order wrong. Ignacio's promo happened before match 1, but as match 1 was already discussed, I'm going to move to the in-ring promo by Grizzly Adams. So in this in-ring promo, Grizzly Adams has to remind everybody who he is. Apparently people forget. Every 6 to 8 months there has to be a history lesson. So here is yet another history lesson by Grizzly Adams of MNW Warzone. So he was in MNW before it was even called MNW. Apparently it was a different name before. It didn't even have a trademark. He was one of the earliest world heavyweight champions. He was the initial leader of the Four Horsemen. Grizzly Adams was also a part of the Faces of Fear when it was a faction. And he was also present on Flashbang in its inception, which is its early days. Grizzly Adams believes that, the title that was taken from him by Sawyer, Grizzly Adams has an opportunity to win that back if he does things right. And the thought for tonight, Grizzly Adams is promoting an open challenge as he needs to make an example out of someone. And apparently somebody has already accepted this open challenge. So we will be seeing this match later in the show. But for now, we have our third audio promo by Sir Uncle Dunk of Blood Money, the corporate man. Sir Uncle Dunk has been trapped in Disney World for 7 days so far with supposedly no means of escape, and Mr. Butler isn't picking up the phone either. So, who is there for Sir Uncle Dunk to reach? He thinks he is safe where the old animatronics are. However, Uncle Dunk is aware about the Nexus Titan Championship tournament that is happening as he is trapped in the park. Back in the park, the animatronics make a noise and Sir Uncle Dunk no longer feels he is safe, as he thought he originally was. We have our second match of the afternoon, the first match of the tag team tournament. Shoot Nation, Jack Abbott and Devon versus Conquest Bloodlines, Carnival and Gorm. And Carnival in this match taps out to Jack Abbott. And as we know from our previous shows, Jack Abbott is newly returned. So even though he maybe has some ring rust, he seems refreshed, he seems revitalized. And if he can keep it up, make a name for himself and show us who he really was and who he wants to be. Hang on, the slides, where are they? Okay, so then we have our next match, which is a singles match. We have Kane, the man with 8,602 moves, against the previous jobber, Juan Chance. So in this match, Kane loses to Juan Chance via a pinfall. And then after this match is a short little audio promo from Juan Chance in which Juan is congratulating his friends in Shoot Nation for getting into the tag team tournament. And as we know, Shoot Nation have actually won their match. I do have the results in front of me of the tournament, but I can't reveal who Shoot Nation will be facing until we complete match 7. So we will wait to reveal that aspect of the bracket. After Juan Chance's audio promo, we have an in-ring presentation from Kane. He firstly comes in alone. He is angered. He is frustrated. He's swearing at the top of his lungs, but it means something. Just imagine all the frustration from not being able to win one single match in goodness knows how long. When is my day ever going to come? When is it ever going to happen? Is there any hope for me? Or am I just here, to be like an object? But nobody's an object in this show. You're always doing something, even if you're not winning a match. There's always going to be some story aspect, and even if you don't have your moment now, eventually your moment will come. And my opinion is that I think this promo is building up to that. So after, Kane has the episode first himself, XR-kun comes into the ring. I do not know why XR decided to come. He responds to Kane's grief, his anger. He says, good, channel it, embrace it. And then XR-kun, the Sith Lord, encourages Kane to become his new apprentice after, Fear Strikes, who was XR's old apprentice, is no longer. Kane isn't completely keen on the idea of being XR's apprentice. Instead, he starts bashing the heck out of XR in the ring. The two seem to be going at each other, but then, XR moves off, Kane moves off. I don't understand what's happening at this point. They're avoiding each other, playing leapfrog. Some strange exercise in which XR seems to be taunting Kane, building his anger. Is that the seed for motivation and for him to, make some progress? I guess we'll see in future aspects of the story between Kane and perhaps XR. And then we have our 5th audio promo from Mr. Butler, the other member of Blood Money. Apparently Mr. Butler did get Sir Uncle Dunk's messages, but then he wonders why he can't find Sir Uncle Dunk in this park. And the park seems oddly intact, the objects aren't destroyed or barren or whatever. And then it clicks in Butler's mind. The brochure reveals it's Disneyland. Why the heck did he get taken to Disneyland when he wanted to go to Disney World? The pirates are going to be The pilots are going to be taught a serious lesson about flying him to the wrong place. But Mr. Butler decides to stay and enjoy the park, though creepy music ends up to start playing eventually, and it's full of animatronics, including the Oogie Boogie. I don't know what twisted nightmare these Disney parks are, whether it resembles real life or not. I simply do not understand, and I probably never want to go there myself. I am going to resist that temptation. And then we have match number 4, a singles match, which is the first match for our Uncle Dunk Nexus Titan Championship Tournament. And, as much as we all like to give Wilson, son of Will, a piece of our mind, teasing him, harassing him, he's a piece of whatever, we have to give him credit because just like every character on Warzone and Flashbang and in the Multiverse, they contribute to a part of the story. And Wilson, son of Will, has other contributions other than just, the the annoying promos he does and everything else. He's a really good wrestler technically. And he's one of the important members of VIP, who is a really well-known, technical faction. And he is going off against the Terror Angel Fear Strikes, who is also a really good, powerful wrestler. And even though the intention was for the GM to punish Wilson with Fear Strikes as his opponent, Wilson, son of Will, really did a lot to overcome this and proceed to round 2 of the Nexus Titan Championship Tournament with a pinfall victory. And then we have our 4th in-ring promo by Scottishman McMorgan, who is the Warpgate Hardcore Championship. He knows that everybody is here to hear the Scottish jokes. He does, however, talk about his upcoming title defense match, which we know from last week's main event, Papusa Monkey won that match. And so Papusa Monkey will have an opportunity to win McMorgan's title in next week's main event. The main event will be next week on the Saturday afternoon. And then we have our 5th singles match, which is that open challenge. We know that in open challenge, somebody says, okay, anybody can come and face me. So sometimes we know who that person is earlier on, and sometimes we do not know who the opponent is until the actual match takes place. So Grizzly Adams is facing off against Citric King, who is another veteran of the Multiverse. They are both veterans of the Multiverse. Grizzly Adams came out on top of this match with a win, a pinfall win. However, he doesn't just stop there. The match finishes and he's like to Citra King, "Come here," as he bashes his head against the ring like, okay, haven't you already done enough? You've proven your point by winning the match. I guess making an example is more than just winning that match. It's like total abuse. All right, moving on here, we have our 6th match. It is another singles match, and it is our 2nd match for the Uncle Dunk Nexus Titan Championship Tournament. We have another member of VIP, submission specialist, the Pharaoh Ozir Turan, versus Ginger Boy of the Three Kings, who was also on Flashbang for a short amount of time. And when he was on Flashbang, yes, Ginger Boy was a world champion. And then we realised something, because Wilson, son of Will, won his match 4. Ozzy Turan's won this match. Does that mean that Wilson and Ozzy, fellow faction members, have to face off against each other in a future bracket? Is this some kind of ploy so that VIP gets that title no matter what? I guess we'll see what takes place in subsequent shows there. And Ozzy got that submission win on Ginger Boy. And then we have our 6th audio promo of the night, which is from the sidekick hero, Sparrow of the Sentinels. And in Sparrow's audio promo, he says he is back and he is ready to take on the villains of the multiverse. He is famous for solving crimes with Dava Man. However, Sparrow never thought he would actually be the victim of one. The outlaws are addressed as ruthless culprits of the crime who intoxicated Sparrow. And then Sparrow states that, even though Sparrow and the outlaws, they both have pride, but Sparrow would never throw his pride out the window by handicapping an opponent, which is what the outlaws did when they had that match against Vinsmoke. Not only was it a 2-against-1 match, it was a 3-against-1 match with that weird ghost glitch, whatever it was, but that's more for another day. Back to Sparrow's promo, the plot will not go unpunished. All of them will eventually receive their comeuppance. And then Sparrow also addresses Sir Uncle Dunk, who had humiliated Dava Man recently. And Sparrow will do what a sidekick does, and he will right the wrongs of scoundrels like yourselves. We have audio promo number 7 to follow, which is both by R. Sawyer 3.6 and Malice of the Main Event Mex.exe, aka Meme. The two bots receive a greeting from Sparrow. However, R. Sawyer is confused because they don't know anything. There's no Battleground tournament planned, that's already over. However, Sparrow continues and says that it is the registration for the tag team tournament and that Meme have been successful in this plight. And they are notified that Meme's first opponent are the Sentinels, which is actually the next match. So match number 7 is that second tag team match. Dava Man and Sparrow of the Sentinels going up against R. Sawyer and Malice of Meme, who are accompanied by their third member, Zarko Duo. In this match, R. Sawyer has a pinfall victory against Sparrow with his famous Cyber Stunner, the Enter Stunner Leave, whatever you want to call it. And so from this we know in the next round of the tag team tournament, Shoot Nation will be facing off against Meme, and we also know that Legion will be going up against Chained Hell. And as a reminder, the winner of this tournament will be able to face the Toxic Wastelanders, the main man, the Revenant, and Gorewheel. I had a mental blank, so the Revenant and Gorewheel, they are the current tag team title holders. The winner of this tournament will get to face them. And then we go on to our final match of the night, our main event, which is our title defense match. It is the Big Oof title. We have our number 1 contender, Car Caradon, facing off against title holder Bart Ender. Bartender manages to successfully keep his title with a submission win against Sharkman Carcharodon. This is it for Warzone 28th August 2021 Pacific Daylight Time. And now just some final statistics of the show from your resident bookkeeper, statistician. Our show length has ended up resulting to 2 hours, 28 minutes and 50 seconds. And then we have our segment summary. We ended up having this afternoon 8 matches, 11 promos overall, no backstage events. So this results in a total amount of 19 events. If we subtract 7 audio promos, this gives us our final segments, our final produced segments of 12. Thank you for checking out MNW Warzone in a Nutshell. And obviously, if you're watching this, thank you for checking out Warzone itself. Or if you have not checked out Warzone, you are interested, or you just want to be reminded when it's on, where you can find it. It is in American time, Pacific Standard Time, Saturday afternoons, 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. I think the time is still slightly tentative. And the channel you will find it on is twitch.tv/Dr. Caliban. May I also mention that we have a YouTube archive channel, so when the Warzone or Flashbang episode airs, it will then be uploaded to a YouTube channel. You just gotta search Multiverse Nexus Wrestling and it will be there. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening or night. This has been Carla Bader for MNW Warzone in a Nutshell. See you next time and thank you.